second selection in the first round of the 2009 first-year player draft, the Seattle Mariners select Dustin Ackley, a first baseman from UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Dave Valley, representing the Seattle Mariners. And with our compensation round selection, the Seattle Mariners select Taijuan Walker, a right-handed pitcher from Yucaipa High School, Yucaipa, California. The Detroit Tigers have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
6'4", 190 pounds, hasn't committed to any college program. He played next to Matt Davidson last year. If you remember, he was the Diamondbacks' compensation first-rounder. As you see, he's got the build. He looks like a pitcher on the hill.
Well, he's 6'6". He's a basketball player, and this kid really climbed up the charts because he came out of basketball season, and not a lot of people were expecting that fastball to be there. Started off about 90, now it's got up to 94. It's got a nice little cutter to it. John, you really like this kid?
I really like this kid. Premium athlete. He gets it real easy. I think, again, if he signs and when he signs, this is a kid that could come because he's going to get a chance to play a lot of baseball. I mean, he's obviously concentrated on basketball. Look, Jack Zarincic, I'm sure, is excited to see Taijuan Walker sitting there with his first pick to be able to get him in the comp round.
Oh, there's no question. Just as I think the Tigers are probably very pleased to see Stetson Alley still sitting there.
Well, and that's interesting because the Tigers and the Mariners did not have a first-round pick, and those clubs do have the money to make
the Tigers will spend money.
With the second selection of the 2011 first-year player draft, the Seattle Mariners select Danny Holtzen, left-handed pitcher from the University of Virginia, Charlottesville, Virginia. The Arizona Diamondbacks have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
There you see the reaction live from Danny Holtzen. A 6'2" lefty from Bethesda, Maryland, was the 10th round pick in 2008 by the Diamondbacks. Now he goes second overall in 2011. Had arguably the best season of all college pitchers this year for the Virginia Cavaliers, being named the ACC Pitcher of the Year. Holtzen was the #1 starter for a Virginia team that was ranked #1 most of the season. 11-3 with a 1.57 earning, along with 148 strikeouts in just over 103 innings. His stats say he's the greatest pitcher in Virginia baseball history. Holtzen, Virginia's all-time leader in wins, strikeouts, and he throws a fastball that sits in the mid-90s. Wow. Danny Holtzen goes second overall. We saw his reaction, friends and family with him. Let's welcome Danny to the show. Danny, I saw you put your hands on your head there, man. You didn't expect this, did you?
I did not. This is completely unexpected. It's a tremendous honor, though. I'm very excited for it.
Danny, Harold Reynolds here, man. Congratulations. That's phenomenal, being picked like that. Have you thought about the Mariners at all, maybe pitching in that ballpark? I know you're a little bit stunned, but they had to have had conversations with you about maybe picking you.
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, that really wasn't on my mind. You know, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm completely speechless.
Hey, Danny, it's John Hart. Congratulations. I know it's a big moment. I look at all the friends and family and everybody there that's been a part of what you've had. Listen, just tell us real quick, as you look at yourself as a pitcher, is there another left-hander out there that you model yourself after a little bit or that you compare yourself with?
I don't really like to compare myself to one pitcher. You know, I like to just watch TV, and, you know, if there's a left-handed pitcher on, I just kind of, you know, like to see what they're doing. And, you know, guys like Cliff Lee and Andy Pettit, I like to model myself after, but there's no, you know, one specific person like that.
King Felix, Michael Pineda, then Danny Holtzen someday. That sounds good to me. Danny Holtzen, congratulations. The second overall pick for the Seattle Mariners. Congrats again.
Thank you very much.
With the third selection of the 2012 first-year player draft, the Seattle Mariners select Mike ZUNINO, a catcher from the University of Florida, Gainesville, Florida. The Baltimore Orioles have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
Mike ZUNINO is everything you want in a catcher. He comes from a baseball family, therefore knows how important the position is. He's a leader behind the plate with a bat that is loaded with power. Remember when all the college stats went down with the new bats in 2011? ZUNINO wasn't affected at all. He hit .371 with 19 home runs and 67 RBIs, named the SEC Player of the Year. Matt Laporta is the only other Gator to ever win that award. His numbers did not drop this year at all. 18 home runs, a run-producing machine, the top catching prospect in the country as ZUNINO, drafted by the Seattle Mariners. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
This is what I love about the Seattle Mariners. One, it's harder to get information from them than it is from Fort Knox. I mean, they could work for the CIA if they need to. Two, this has been their guy, I think, all along. And there was talk about him sliding. There was talk about his SEC stats this year. But he has gone out and performed at every level. He's performed over the summer. He may not have plus tools, but he's good across the board, and he's going to be an everyday catcher in the big leagues.
Peter Gammons, there are a lot of comparisons out here. I see Buster Posey, Detroit's catcher Alex Avila, a right-handed version of him. What do you think when you hear the name ZUNINO?
Well, first of all, his Uncle Greg, who worked for the Reds, helped raise him in baseball. He's got tremendous savvy behind the plate. His greatest reputation, he's very strong. He's going to hit home runs, but he's really good handling pitchers. Played for a coach, Kevin O'Sullivan at the University of Florida, who is absolutely brilliant pitching mind. And I think when you look at what the Mariners are trying to do, and you look down in their minor leagues, and you see Taiwan Sky Walker, and you see Hulson, and you see James Paxton, you understand it's very important for them to have a catcher who can help develop these pitchers for when the Mariners really get good again in 2 years.
Mike Cameron sitting at the table, all excited. Yeah, pump that fist. You got a power-hitting catcher, Mike ZUNINO.
With the 12th selection of the 2013 first-year player draft, the Seattle Mariners select D.J. Peterson, a third baseman from the University of New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. The San Diego Padres have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
It doesn't get better than that. That is D.J. Peterson hugging his brother Dustin, who also expects to hear his name tonight. Look at that, folks.
Look at the father, the family, the friends. That is what it's all about. It's special. It is special. And listen, Seattle needed a bat. They needed hitters. We've talked about him for 2 days. It's a good-looking player. They got a guy they want. They got a hitter.
What an emotional moment in that house right now. D.J. Peterson has just been drafted. The Mariners go with arguably the best pure hitter in all of college baseball.
My name is DJ Peterson. I play third base, and I'm from University of New Mexico. My favorite movie is Dumb and Dumber. I watched it last night, and I still couldn't tell you my favorite line. I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm more of a dubstep guy. That would be fist-pumping music. It's very serious and intense. Let me stretch out the arm a little bit. Something like this. That's definitely going on the MLB Network.
D.J. Peterson is one of my favorite hitters in this draft. A lot of people not sure if he can stay at third base. I think he does. You look at that short swing to the ball, Harold. He's an attack mentality with it. He's got power, light tower type power, but this is about as sure a bet to hit as you're going to find in this draft.
Well, the thing I like about this young man is you can go so many different comparisons. I see the comparison to the young man out in San Diego.
With the 6th selection of the 2014 first-year player draft, the Seattle Mariners select Alex Jackson, an outfielder from Rancho Bernardo High School, San Diego, California. The Philadelphia Phillies have the next pick, and they are now on the clock.
Alex Jackson, 6'2", 215 pounds, a terrific right-handed bat, one of the best pure right-handed power in this class. So the M's take him. Let's take a closer look at this Under Armour All-America alumni with our spotlight.
Alex Jackson, Escondido, California, catcher, outfielder. I would definitely say I model my game after Ivan Rodriguez. There's nothing like, seeing the guy take off from first and just being able to hose him. The feeling you get when you throw someone out compared to the walk-up it's 2 times greater. When I'm not playing baseball, I like to hang out with my little brother, just prepare myself for the next time I have to play baseball.
Alex Jackson grabbed scouts' attention his sophomore year when he connected for 17 homers, only to follow that up with 14 his junior year. This season, pitched around, hit 11 bombs. Scouts think his bat plays at any position. They believe he could develop into a 25, 30 homer guy in the big leagues. With his bat plus throwing arm, many scouts think that his best position, he's probably an outfielder down the road. Alex Jackson gave his college commitment to the University of Oregon, drafted tonight as an outfielder. John, is that a shock to you?
No, it isn't. It's listen, this is the best high school bat power combination of the draft, and go along with it, he's got an outstanding arm. Look, I think the guy could catch. I don't know what Seattle has up their sleeve for him. Look, he could be a lesser version of Bryce Harper, where you say, hey, we really love this bat. We can fast track this bat. He's got that kind of talent, and if we move him to the outfield, we can get him there quicker. But again, when you look at this high school player, the guy that comes to mind for me is Will Myers. They did this, Kansas City did that with Myers a number of years ago. They took him as a catcher, let him start out a catcher, fell in love with the bat, and said, let's fast track this guy.
With the 11th selection of the 2016 MLB draft, the Seattle Mariners select Kyle Lewis, an outfielder from Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. The 17th selection of the 2017 MLB draft, the Seattle Mariners select Evan White, a first baseman from the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. The Detroit Tigers have the next selection.
Evan White with his family, first baseman / outfielder, 6'3", 205 pounds, celebrating this moment. Drafted 17th overall by the Seattle Mariners. Dan, what do you think of this young man?
I love him. Quick twitch athlete, well above average runner, exceptional bat-to-ball skills. Power will come. He's already an outstanding first baseman. I would move him to center field and see if his athleticism would play. The profile would be better in center field. That way you're not banking on the power too much. My player comp for me is very similar. I see similarities to A.J. Pollock.
With the 14th selection of the 2018 MLB draft, the Seattle Mariners select Logan Gilbert, a right-handed pitcher from Stetson University in DeLand, Florida.